Yo, we kicking it live, homie. Got the stupid dope moves. Busting dope moves. Got the juice, homie. You already know what it is. Welcome back. Welcome. This is Shawn Reinhardt. This is the Greenthought podcast. It's episode 5. Like, subscribe, comment, all down at the bottom. Yeah, we back. Took a week off or whatever, but we back at y'all. You know what I mean? We're talking about, we're going to review Fresh. Tell y'all what I did last week. Went out to Palm Springs. Had a good time. Did some comedy, and we do a little sports, and you know what I mean. We keep it light and get you in here. Welcome to the Green Thought podcast. We're gonna get this started in a second. I actually got some fresh flowers tonight from Old Pal. Green Thought, so we gotta get in with some weed. How y'all doing? Man? It's been a while since we talked. You know, hopefully you've been staying focused, getting everything done you needed to get done. We definitely gotta smoke some weed. Went out of town, took a nice little vacation, some time off, get away from, sometimes you gotta take a vacation from the vacation, you know what I mean? Went out to Palm Springs. A little bit more active in comedy this past week. Did like 3 spots. No shows. Still trying to get some shows booked. And smoked a bunch of weed, you already know. We smoking mango sativa. 17.4 cannabinoids, 15.6 percentage of THC. So this hopefully get us where we going. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you out there, light your blunt, pack your bowl, pack your bong. Got a chance to run some ball this week. I actually got a chance to play some basketball. Usually something I do all the time, but haven't done it recently. Here we go. Green Thought Podcast, episode 5. Mango sativa. I got taste now. little bit of a refined taste. So, yeah, mango sativa. This tastes pretty good. How was your week? How was the past 2 weeks for you? Hopefully it was good. And everybody out there who's watching this, who sees me, who like what they see, I love y'all, man. You mean a whole lot to me. This is just, something I like to do because I'm not in touch with a whole bunch of people. Everybody can come see me, maybe get some jokes, maybe smoke some weed, maybe, feel good. And every time you like and comment, I'm like knowing who do it, and I'm smoking bowls for you. So this bowl right here is going out to, the fuck is his name? Alex Bexley? Alex, you know who you is. Alex, you gonna know who you is when you see this, fam. This bowl's for you. Thank you for all the, coming to me with all like the constructive criticism and all that shit, yo. Keep it up. Anybody out there who got anything to say, let me know. Yeah. So, Alex. So, yeah, this past week, got a chance to celebrate with my lovely fiance. We went out to Palm Springs. It was not exactly what I thought it was going to be. I don't know nobody from Palm Springs. I ain't never been, but I had like a idea in my head. I thought it was gonna be like 90210, like the TV show. like I thought it was gonna be like and like Ferraris pulling up and shit. And it was some nice cars out there, but it was all old people, like old white people and shit. Like if I say I saw 100 people, I saw 1.5 black person. It was almost like it was a shade, like it was it wasn't in focus. The black person wasn't in focus. It was 1.5. I know it was a brownish person. And Palm Springs, I don't know. It was cool. It was hot as shit. Yo, it was hot as shit out there. Like, yo, if you want a Yelp kind of like a Yelp statement about it, it was 10 out of 10 on the hot. Like, you know what I mean? And I've been in hot places, over West Baltimore with weed on you and the police all over the place. That's a hot place. Super duper late for work and you trying to sneak in and shit before your boss see you. Super hot. But Palm Springs was hot as shit. But it was cool because on paper it was cool because our hotel had a pool, right? But the pool was kind of small for the amount of people that was there. So like, I don't know. I'm bougie now, and you looking at the amount of people in the pool, and you figure everybody got on like suntan lotion and everybody's drinking, but nobody's getting out to go to the bathroom. So I ain't getting the pool. One of my other favorite things about Palm Springs was something that I feel like motherfuckers should try to figure out is on the way into Palm Springs, right? So like for the last 2 miles, or for the first last 2 miles you going into Palm Springs, first or last, it depends on if you leave in Palm Springs or you coming into Palm Springs. They got huge fields of these big ass like wind turbines, and I was thinking, because there's nothing out there. It's just the big wind turbines in the desert. So I'm thinking huge government underground facility. How do you fucking get the energy for it? You put those windmills on the top. And all the power from the windmill just go into the government facility where they got like the aliens or like the X-Men. They got the frogs. They got you so worried about what a Republican talking about, what a Democrat talking about. You not even thinking about the reptilian overlords. Y'all don't know about the desert. It's lizards out in the desert. Tourists. You don't know what's going on. You saw the little wind turbine things. You thought it was cute. You like, yeah, green energy. You don't know. That shit is funding a secret underground facility where they is perfecting the ability to make lizards like clone into famous celebrities. Lizard people from out of Palm Springs. Solange probably do know the truth. But no, Palm Springs was dope. Apparently, it was also, with no issues, a large population of gay guys out there that I didn't notice. There's some gay guys or whatever at the pool, right? And I was like, no, they bros. Like, I thought they was bros. You would think gay dudes would look more gay with less clothing. But they didn't. They just looked like some bros. Palm Springs was fun as shit. I don't know if I would go back because it's kind of a small town. But it was fun. It was something to do, and I had a good time. So yeah, not trying to do shout outs, but shout out to Palm Springs. To all my service industry people out there, don't waste time, waiting on me at the bar when you could be waiting on somebody who makes a lot more money. Service industry check-in / sports check-in. So now we're gonna talk about sports. Okay, so football season ain't start yet. So the Baltimore Ravens is still doing their thing. Everybody right now at this point is probably trying to quit smoking weed, smoking their last blunts right before training camp. As far as the Baltimore Orioles, they played tonight when we shooting this. They played the Chicago White Sox, and Danny Valencia scored a run. This bowl's for you, brother. As far as the final score of the game and the record of the Baltimore Orioles right now, we're not going to talk about that. Why would you even try to disrespect the Baltimore Orioles like that? Don't do that, fam. Don't do that. There's no good reason for you to know this or whatever, but I really like the hoop. I don't do it as much as I should, but last week my homeboy called me and he like, yo, is you trying to come play some basketball? Yeah, I was like, let's do it. Let me go grab some shoes and I'll meet you at the spot. So I go to meet him. Whole time I'm thinking that it's going to be like me and yo, we're going to play some 50 or we're going to play some 21 or we'll play some one-on-one or whatever the fuck. Like it's gonna be me and Yo, half court, half speed. You know what I mean? What actually happened is I show up and Yo then volunteered me to play with his homeboy in a Murrow basketball team. Like full court, like under the whistle, 20-minute halves. You know what I mean? So I'm fat as shit now, and whole court basketball is not even in my repertoire. Like I had some old ankle braces. I put them on. I had a knee brace joint. I put that on. So we had to play the whole game. First quarter was very uneventful. I think I probably went 0 for 4. I think I got like 4 shots up. Got a couple rebounds, a couple steals. By halftime, I was having like slight stroke. I was having like some mild strokes. I was the only player on my team laying on the court. I just had to get myself together. Then we had 20 more minutes of basketball on the second half. You know what I mean? It's like the difference between Air Jordan and my man Jordan on the Wizards. The difference between Air Jordan and Air Bud. So what I do in the second half, I come straight back. Step back jumper from the wing. Bomb. And basically I'm going to stop the story right about here, because after that, I started getting this huge cramp in my side. I really didn't play well towards the end, but we won. Yo, if somebody going to tell you to let's go play basketball, ask more questions. Figure out how many people playing. If you're playing whole court, what the fuck is going on? Air Bud. I'm thinking about it. I'm probably high now. Anybody who smoke bowls or anybody who got half a brain, you understand that the more you smoke, what happens is you get like the little resin in the bowl and it clogs the whole bowl up. Like you get the resin from the weed that you burn in the bowl. So from time to time, you gotta clean it out. I'm gonna do like a do-it-yourself video. Y'all gonna catch this later on probably. This is like gonna be bonus content or whatever for the channel. I'm gonna clean my bowl. I'm gonna show you how to do it. That's what we're gonna do on the Shawn Reinhardt YouTube channel. So right now we're about to pick the movie for next week. Tonight the movie is Fresh, but for next week, you already know what it is with the O's this season. I'm not gonna talk about that. No, the movie next week is Wild Wild West. Next week we're going. Next week we're gonna watch Wild Wild West. God. All right, so the movie this week. Hopefully, anybody who follows the podcast, all my viewers out there, friends and family, and people who love Green Thoughts, we did Fresh, which is I think a classic movie. It's all about Sean Nelson's character, 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid named Fresh, and the way that he manipulates his environment and like a chess, like he manipulates the people in his environment like chess pieces to get to a better position for him and his sister. So yeah, it was set in 1994 in Brooklyn. Fresh is what you would call a real ambitious and entrepreneurial young man. What he do is he take his times and his gifts and he work for drug dealers in the hood. He got like what? It was funny because this is in 1994, so it was like smack. Before it took me, I had to Google smack to remember what smack was. But mad smack, if that's a thing that people know about, which I'm guessing is heroin, right? Was smack cocaine or heroin? It was heroin. No. We don't need to rewatch the movie. So anyway, so fresh living environment. It was him and his older sister was staying with his aunt in this kind of like foster care kind of environment in like a 3-bedroom in the projects in Brooklyn. But his sister was kind of the age, you know, she was probably like, what would you say, 18, 19? She had to move out of there. She was too old to be in there. Same time, she was like addicted to heroin. Some people would say, hey, it's a criminal thing to be addicted to heroin, and then some people would say it's a healthcare crisis. So Samuel Jackson was Fresh father, but for some reason he was not in Fresh life. He was estranged, and the only way that he kind of connected was with Fresh is to play chess. So his hobby is playing chess. Samuel Jackson whole time teaching him, like, chess, and I don't know, be respectful, but obviously not well enough to be in your family. So Sean Nelson is Fresh, 12-year-old kid, actually playing like as a runner between 3 major drug dealers in his neighborhood. Then, he late for school. Then you realize that, like, he's still, like, that's where it's introduced that he kind of like balancing some adult shit with some still trying to be a kid shit. You get to like meet some of the, like, his home. Obviously, everybody got homeboys, so he got homeboys. You see them out. They all like playing basketball, whatever, recess kind of shit. Whole time while they all out at recess talking about baseball cards and cars and shit like that, Fresh is checking out. Shout out to her. They go back and figure out what her name was. They kind of give you like the love interest aspect. You know what I mean? Obviously, but they kids. And the whole thing about them being kids is like crazy because you got to hear the dialogue. Like, what they talking like, yo, it's all kinds of niggas and motherfuckers and you ain't got no fathers. And like, yo, it's really show you how movie making was different and what would be acceptable. I mean, I'm not saying that it wouldn't be acceptable to have characters talk like that now, but it would be under way more scrutiny. So yeah, Corky, who like run like the mid-level shit or whatever, is got 2 lieutenants under him. One dude named Jake. The dude Jake is fucking crazy. You already can tell he a psychopath. Like, he playing some pickup basketball on the court. It's a dude who Fresh age, like 12, 13. Jake, mind you, probably like Jake, Fresh sister age, like, 18, 19. You know what I mean? Much older, getting schooled by this kid. Yo, results in shooting the shit out this kid on his basketball court. Look, this is what it is. Some people say that they try to hit you over the head with like the urban, like how violent shit can get. But at the same time, shit like that happened. I don't know. I'm from Baltimore. So it was totally believable to me. But at the same time, when he shoots this kid who was Fresh age for being better than him in basketball, he also hits Fresh girl. Man, is this a movie I'm going to have to cry on? She dies. Fresh don't say nothing to the police. He don't say nothing to nobody. Ends up getting him kicked out of his house. Chucky running his mouth, talking about all kinds of shit, talking about drug dealing and all this kind of stuff that he not doing, that Fresh doing, right? And talking about the other drug boss, who is Esteban. Esteban is Giancarlo Esposito, who ends up being the king in the whole chess piece, the whole chess game that is Fresh. Gets knocked down by Fresh at the end because he was like fucking Fresh sister, yo. You can't fuck people's sisters. That's one of the like lessons you learn in Fresh is you can't fuck people's sisters. Fresh decides that he wants to set these drug dealers up because they fucking with his sister and they messing up his life. So what he does is goes directly to the Connect, buys this, I don't know, $5,000 worth of like bass or smack. They was using 1994 terms. Whatever. What Fresh then does is blame those drugs getting lost on the dude Jake, who I told you was a motherfucker for shooting a little kid and shooting Fresh girl and being a bitch. And he also killed Chucky. And Chucky had the super dope moves, super dope moves. So fuck Jake off the muscle. So Corky kills Jake, right? Then he tells Corky that the real money in drugs was coming through James, who I think I told you was fucking Fresh sister. What? So Corky like, yeah, we're gonna go kill this nigga James. So all he did was tell Esteban is that Corky and James was trying to break into the fucking smack game. So Esteban and his boys jump in the Cadillac. They drive down, shoot everybody up. Who died? Chili? This week it was Chili, yo. Rest in peace to Chili. And how did Fresh get out of that? He planted the original drugs he did rat. He ratted. But look, Fresh was 12, fam. Fresh was 12. He did kind of rat. He called the boys. He set Esteban bitch ass up. Because I was like, fuck Esteban. Although I did fuck with him in Breaking Bad. You know what I mean? And he got him and his sister set up to go to like witness protection. Probably somewhere like Wisconsin. Final thoughts about Fresh. Okay, look. Based on watching over 150,000 episodes of Law & Order, SVU, Criminal Intent, the old one, there's no way they made it out of New York. They don't do witness protection for the NYPD shit. Or at least I'm led to believe that from watching hella Law & Order, and that's how I make my decisions about how the validity and reality of what happens in criminal proceedings in New York. And it was good how they like made the metaphor with chess and how he like got everybody set up by the cops. Damn. It's fucked up at the end when you realize the hero was a rat, yo. Oh. But he was a kid. He had a dog and he ended up shooting a dog. But it like look up, I can't get into it right now about all the deep meanings behind it. But I think that it was deep meanings behind it. But it's hella triggering apparently. The dog name was Roscoe, so we definitely gonna smoke one for Roscoe. All right, look, Fresh was a good ass movie, but right now we're gonna do Dedicated. Dedicated to the people we lost in Fresh. Dedicated to rest in peace Roscoe, rest in peace Chili, and rest in peace Chucky, man. Chucky, you know, he tried, man. Super dope moves, man. Chucky gave us super dope moves, yo. Chucky had the juice, man. So salute to those guys. You know, that was Fresh, man. Okay, so that was the Greenthought Podcast, man. Thank y'all for sticking around. I can see y'all out there. I appreciate the subscribers. Please feel free to comment, subscribe, like. Next week, we're going to review Wild Wild West. It's a vintage movie. Later on this week, we're going to have the do-it-yourself bowl cleaning. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. I appreciate it. Love y'all. Greenthought Podcast. This is episode 5. Smoking weed, talking shit, green thoughts and whatnot.